hi there. Welcome to Movie Review Mom. I'm the mom and I do the movie reviews. And today, the movie I'm reviewing is called Everything, Everywhere, and All at Once. This imaginative movie is now playing in select theaters nationwide. It's rated R and is 2 hours and 19 minutes long. I had heard so many good things about this film and finally got a chance to watch it. So I'm going to give you an overview in a nutshell, and then I'll point out things I liked, things I didn't like, as well as tips for parents, themes worth talking about, funny and interesting lines, and even recommendations for other films that you might also like if you like this one. All right. So in a nutshell, a woman tries to do her taxes. Well, that's what the original synopsis was, so as not to reveal any plot lines. In Chinese markets, the title translates as, quote, in an instant, the entire universe, end quote. So with the popularity of multiverse movies, this one takes this idea to another whole level. Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert have proven that creativity still exists in Hollywood. Bravo. All right. So without telling you everything that it's about, let me tell you, spoiler free, things that I really liked about the film. First of all, what an incredibly imaginative movie. Michelle Yeoh does a fantastic job with this role. She's completely believable as a beautiful movie star, as well as a martial arts fighter and just a regular old mom. In the universe where she plays a movie star, the director used real footage of her on the red carpet when she was in the movie Crazy Rich Asians. This is not the same role as the Crazy Rich Asians. She's amazing. And I'm so proud that she gets to play this role. I mean, it could have been anyone. She was perfect. It was also really wonderful to see Ke Hu Huan, and I apologize for slaughtering that name. We haven't seen him since the Goonies and Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. He's all grown up and he's perfect in this film as well. I hadn't seen Stephanie Sue in anything before. And again, I apologize if I didn't pronounce her name correctly either. I'm a new fan and was impressed with her versatility as an actress. She did a great job. And then there's Jamie Lee Curtis. She's almost unrecognizable. I literally had to lean forward and I'm like, I think that's Jamie Lee Curtis. She was hilarious and awesome, of course. So the two Daniel directors seem to adore Jenny Slate, and they threw her in the movie as well. I adore her too. And in fact, she's going to show up in another movie coming up called Marcel the Shell. What is it called? Marcel the Shell and with the shoes on, something like that. I'm super excited to see that. She voices this little character. She's such a great animation voice, but she's also great in person. And so in this live action, she plays a real person. It's a small role, but it's always fun to see her. And then James Hong is a legend. I got to meet him in person 10 years ago at BlizzCon. One of my sons is a 3D animation artist at Blizzard. And so they had this BlizzCon and he got us tickets. And so we went and he was signing autographs. And so anyway, I didn't actually have him sign anything. I just said, can I have a selfie? Because I'm a fan. Anyway, was a sweet guy. There's a lot of visual and spoken humor. All of the visual effects actually were done by just 9 people, friends who had never actually had formal training. They learned how to do all of the effects by watching video tutorials online. How amazing is that? I love it also when movies reference other movies, and there's a lot of that going on. Comment down below which ones you caught. Here are a few little quick tidbits to look out for. The 2001 A Space Odyssey, Paprika, The Death of Dick Long, and even The Matrix. But there's more than that. There's also a lot of movie posters that are on the walls in various scenes that advertise titles with kind of tweaked films like Raccoonie. You know, there's a whole gag about this raccoon that sits on the chef's head, you know, pulls his hair and helping him cook, you know, like in Ratatouille. Anyway, it's a whole thing. And then other examples of a movie would be like Pinky of Fury. So comment down below. Let me know which movie posters you caught. I also really love it when directors pay close attention to detail. For example, there are several scenes that show a hot dog finger universe where people all have these long hot dogs for fingers. It's super random. Anyway, in those scenes, you can hear musical instruments being played very badly, which is hilarious because you would need fingers like string instruments. And so with hot dog fingers, you're hearing the version that would be played in that universe. Super clever and funny and witty if you can catch it. Nonstop action, seriously, lots of humor, both in dialogue and physical gags, with lots of heart and a challenge to viewers to see themselves differently. This bizarre film delivers a very unique experience, unlike anything else I'd ever really seen, even despite all the Marvel multiverse movies that have been coming out. The editing will surely be nominated for awards just because they had to do the same scene and splice things together and then tweak it for a different multiverse. I just can't imagine the nightmare it would have been to edit this movie. A24 is just super successful this year. As I mentioned, they've got another one, this Marcel, the shell with the shoes on, is coming out. Now, not all of their movies are big hits. Sometimes they're misses, but this one is definitely a hit. The trailer for this movie alone has been seen by over 10 million people, or had 10 million views. That's impressive. Now, with all of that praise, there were just a few things that I thought could have been done better. For example, some viewers are going to be extremely confused because there's a constant running in and out of all of these universes. So if you get tired of all the nonsensical action and universe flip-flopping, just keep watching because the ending provides a very satisfying resolution and makes sense of all of the craziness. Now, this is not a movie for casual, relaxing viewing. You really need to think fast to be able to keep up with the high energy of this fast-paced film and be able to understand all that's going on. Let me give you some tips for parents. There is some profanity, both written as subtitles that you read as well as spoken. There's some crude visual and spoken humor. You see men's private parts, although they're kind of blurred out in those scenes. Not all of the movie is in Chinese. However, there are a lot of scenes with spoken Chinese with subtitles that you have to read. So I don't know that it's entirely appropriate for little kids because of the content and even just, having to read all of that stuff. I think they're going to get probably tired of reading and they're just going to watch the action and not understand what's going on. But again, some of the humor and the visuals are not quite appropriate. And then ultimately, not everything makes sense. If you try to figure out every universe and how things are working, your brain might just catch on fire, is all I'm saying. So the themes that are illustrated very well in the movie are life's purpose, forgiveness, the multiverse, kindness, family relations, being committed to your goals, and satire. All right, so I always write down funny lines and interesting lines on my moviereviewmom.com website. So you can run over there and catch all of those, but I'll share some of them with you right now. One is spoken by a character named Waymond Wong, who's the husband in the movie. And he says, "The only thing I do know is that we have to be kind. Be kind, especially when you don't know what's going on." And I thought that that was especially appropriate for this movie when you may not actually understand everything that's going on. But sometimes in life, we're like, what is going on with society and with the world and pandemic and, all the crazy stuff? Just be kind. I really like that lesson. And then another line that the same character says is, "The universe is so much bigger than you realize." And I absolutely think that's true too. Evelyn Wang, who's played by Michelle Yeoh, she says, "You're not unlovable. There's always something to love." And I love that lesson too, because even you can learn something from even the worst person, whether it's a coworker or a neighbor, or it's just somebody that you run into who's just unpleasant. You can still learn lessons from those people. Overall, this is just a very fresh, unique, incredible film with just some interesting stuff going on. Certainly worth some time, but be prepared. Don't watch this late at night when you're sleepy because it's just, you have to pay attention. All right. My overall movie review mom grade is an A. So I wanted to recommend two movies also produced by these two Daniel directors. The first one is called Swiss Army Man. Now, it is very, very unusual. And so if you like this movie and haven't seen it, you might be interested just to kind of see what other quirky, weird movies this director can come up with. And then the second one is called The Death of Dick Long. And some people are comparing this movie to that one as well. All right, that is it. I hope that if you watch this movie, that you really get a kick out of it, you feel energized, that your mind is expanded, and that you really enjoy it. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. Be sure and run over to my Facebook group called Movie Review Mom, where I share all kinds of stuff that I don't have time to share during these reviews. And then you can also follow me and find me on Instagram as Movie Review Mom, but also as my author name, Trina Boice, because that's my name. All right, have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.